Hey guys, I'm Deepthi Desikan, and in this video we're going to be trying out some new affordable makeup in my collection. And I must give you a quick spoiler alert. I've pretty much loved everything I tried out in this video. I feel like it was such a big hit, and I have some base products to talk to you guys about as well. So let's get started. So starting off with a moisturized base. So now I want to add a little bit of a glowy product. I don't really have a primer, but I have a strobe cream that is a new launch. This one is the Aqualogica Illuminate strobe cream. This one is in the golden glow variant. Now a lot of you guys asked me that one product that's very similar to the MAC strobe cream in the shade Gold Light, and I feel like your search would probably end with this because I feel like it's very similar. They've got the consistency, they've got the finish very similar to that. Even the shimmer particles are like that. Probably this is a little bit more thicker than the MAC strobe cream, but it has that same reflex. And I tried this product out the other day and I was like, oh my god, finally something that's not too dry, not something that's not too shimmery. So this has that perfect consistency, and it also hydrates your skin in that process. You know, it's not too dry. You can see it actually moisturized my skin and also added a really nice glow, which I absolutely love. Okay, next, follow it up. I'm not going to be applying any other base product because I have the newest launch from Dermaco. This one is their 2% niacinamide high coverage foundation for even toned and hydrated skin. This is not the first time I am trying this out. Of course, I have tested this out for the purpose of this video. So foundation comes with a really nice like glass bottle, a nice pump, and the packaging seems really nice and sturdy. Start off with the shade number 04 and then add 07 if required. I have taken one pump of this foundation and now blending it out with my usual foundation brush. This foundation has the most seamless blend. It has a very nice subtle dewy finish, like a satin matte kind of a finish, not something that's extremely dewy, not something that's extremely matte. So I feel like this would work for all skin types, and it has this very nice skin like finish. So one pump of this actually gives you really good sort of like light medium coverage. That is just like one tiny pump of this. So I am going to take another one full pump just to build on the coverage to show you guys how beautifully this works. And this is the foundation I have been reaching out for lately because I've got this way ahead to try it out, and I have been loving it. Yeah, it's blend out so good, and that sheen that you see on my skin, it is from this foundation. So the claims of this foundation is that it is high coverage, which I do agree. Like I mentioned, just 2 pumps gives you pretty much full coverage, and it does cover up this dark spot on my face. It evens out your skin beautifully, and it has a really nice like satin matte finish. It's said to be 12-hour long wearing. I haven't tested it out for 12 hours, but I did test it out the other day for almost 6 hours, and it did stay in place really well. So this foundation is said to be water resistant, and it doesn't budge very easily even if you do sweat on your face. So that it could be a concern for a lot of us. Like, we do sweat on our face quite often, and this doesn't let that sweat seep through that easily. And I also really like that it is very blendable, and blends seamlessly. So this foundation does have 2% niacinamide in it as well as hyaluronic acid, and you also have an SPF of 40 in this and a PA++ rating. So this foundation does come with an SPF in it, but the brand does recommend you use an additional sunscreen like right before you apply this foundation for adequate protection. So these products are available on Nykaa, Amazon, Flipkart, and of course the Dermaco website, with which you can shop with additional discount using my coupon code on the Dermaco website, and you would get additional discount. This product is priced at rupees 8.99, so you get 30 ml of product as well, and I will make sure to link these products. Now every single time you shop from Dermaco, they link your order to a child that they help educate along with Bhumi. So as part of their Young Scientist initiative, Dermaco has empowered 10,000 plus students this year, and this is, I want to say, fragrance free. I cannot really smell any fragrance to it, so that's a great thing for people with sensitive skin as well. So like I mentioned, this is a foundation you can use irrespective of your skin type, and I will of course show you guys a wear test by the end of this video as well. And then moving on to a concealer palette that one of my subscribers asked me to try out. This one is the Color Bar concealer palette, and I got this one in the shade medium deep, and this is priced at 995 rupees. It comes with a mirror that's completely sealed. I'm not able to use that, but anyways, firstly I will be color correcting using this particular shade, just a little too orange for my liking these days. So yeah, this concealer feels like it has a dewy finish. Now let's conceal it to see which shade works out best for my under eye area. Why are all my brushes so dirty? So I think I'm going to take this shade to conceal. Oh my god, that's so peachy. Okay. I'm gonna wipe it off. One thing I noticed with that concealer is that it has a very sticky texture. So even if you want to like wipe it off at that moment, it's so hard to do that. What shade do you think works out for my skin tone? I don't think I have a shade for myself in this particular concealer palette. I feel like everything is a little too yellow, too peachy. So probably just going to stick to my usual concealer. And then for blush, I'm going to be using this La Mel BB blush. This one is their tint, the Dewy Silk formulation. And I got this in the shade Tea Rose. And this is what the packaging looks like. It seems like a very like peachy toned, peachy blush. And very light for my skin. Not sure if they do have a lot of shades. And by the way, I picked up the Cuffs and Lashes F016 brush because mine is pretty beat and I just wanted a backup of this brush. This was the original brush and I got this one in F016. I feel like they've changed the density of this. This feels a lot more like dense. And it's not working for me like the previous brush, but it's like getting the job done. But I feel like that one was like my fave. This just feels a little bit denser, and okay, this is a very light peachy shade, but it blends seamlessly and has the most beautiful dewy finish. And the shade doesn't seem to be all that bad, but I wish it was a little bit more pigmented, not this peachy looking on my skin. And I also did pick up their contour, BB contour, and I think this also is just in one shade tan, I think taupe. Yeah, taupe. Okay, I'm just going to take it on this PAC 234 concealer brush. Ooh, it's very intense and very grey toned. I seem to have created a mess. I think this would be a great shade for like underpainting and like if you want to use it underneath like your base product, because this is super cool toned. But can you see that shadow that it creates? Yeah, I don't need that much because I already have like pretty slender face and sometimes like I just look weak if I do this. But it's great for anyone who wants to like really chisel out their cheek and make it look really natural. It does actually have a beautiful finish. It's just not for someone like me. In such situations, I like to take this stippling brush and just stipple it all over my face, and I feel like somehow it looks a lot better. And then now for eyeshadow, I also have this product from La Mel. This one is their Self Love eyeshadow palette, and I think this one is in the variant 402. So it's like, I think it matches the outfit that I have right now, like very like cool toned shades. So taking this shade, applying it all over my crease. Matte shades are okay, but they're pressed very hard in the pan, so like there's no kickback at all. And this shade is pretty okay, like it has a little bit of pink to it, but this one is very ashy and cool tone. I feel like it kind of makes the look a little bit muddy, especially like for my skin tone. And then I'm going to be taking this shade for all over my lid. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. It doesn't have the most intense sheen, but it's not like there's nothing there. It's the most beautiful like soft shimmer shade. Do you see that? It's beautiful. And then just towards the center, I'm going to be taking this shade, which also looks really nice and interesting. Oh my god, it's beautiful. And then just for my outer corner, I'm going to be taking this shade. Look at that pigment. Then I got a lip liner and a kajal. This one is in the shade 406 Mocha. It's like this, everything just stuck all over this product. This is a beautiful color. It's like, it's not just your typical brown, okay? It has a little bit of like a purple hint to it, and that makes it so beautiful, you guys. And then now for mascara, I'm going to be using something that's not new. This one is the Swiss Beauty Craze Mascara Duo, and I love this. It gives you pretty good length and volume. The length and volume this mascara gives is insane, you guys. This is very similar to the Huda Beauty Mascara Duo. It's like very similar to that. So now that the eyes are done, let's move on to the face. So I'm going to be using the strobe cream, just the high points of my face, to add a little bit of a sheen. Just this much. You can actually blend it just with your fingers, but I think I would prefer using a brush for that, because sometimes, you know, your fingers just leave a little bit of streak. Then now for the lips, I'm going to be trying out this lip liner in the shade Caramel. It's like a very pale nude shade. I picked it up because it said Caramel, but the lip liner is super creamy. It just glides on. It's very pigmented, and yeah, it does transfer quite a bit. So and this is what the shade looks like. However, I'm not very impressed with it because I prefer my lip liners to be of a little bit of a deeper shade, because I'm using it because lipstick shade is not working out for me, and I don't want it to be like very light and pale like this. So for the lips, I'm going to be using this Love Earth liquid lipstick set. I got this one for $9.99 I think, and this one is their 2.0 version. They have a previous one as well, so I do have a couple of different shades from that range. That's the reason I didn't pick up the minis, but I felt like this one had some interesting shades to it. So I'm going to be trying out the shade, I think, Holiday Coffee. I have watched reviews that the newer formulation is not as good as their older one because some of it is not consistent. Very, very subtle nude shade for my lips. So you could leave this at this if you like it, but I think I want something a little bit more cool toned. Not sure if they do have anything like that. So they have two other shades. One is called Unicorn Kisses. The other one is called Spanish Coffee. I think I want to try out the shade Unicorn Kisses. I did also top it off with the shade called Spanish Coffee, just for a little bit of brown, and I like this shade combination. The formulation feels really nice and lightweight on lips. So this is the finished look, and I absolutely love how everything performed on my face, and I am here with my final take on all of these products. Now firstly, the foundation that we tried out, I absolutely love this particular foundation. It's wearing so well. It's not clinging onto any dry patches. It's not like settling onto my spine lines differently, not very differently compared to all the other foundations. There is a little bit of things that cling onto the smile lines on my face, and I think it's very common, but apart from that, it looks beautiful. It's very long wearing. It's very hot in this room right now, and you can see there's no sort of like sweat seeping through my face. It has a very nice HD finish. I feel like the coverage is also really good, and it's wearing very well. And of course the Illuminate Plus strobe cream, I really like it. I feel like it's a very, very close dupe to the MAC strobe cream. I feel like it is a tad bit more thicker than that, but the shimmer particles in this is quite fine, and it doesn't like alter anything on your face. It's not like making your the products on top of it go differently, and it's also like not exaggerating anything on my face. The concealer palette, however, I feel like it's a pass from my end. I don't really like how sticky it is, and it could be very long wearing, but also it's very sticky in terms of application, and I'm not sure which shade would match me pretty well, because a couple of these shades I feel like are deeper. This one is a little too peachy, and yeah, I'm not a very big fan of that. And then the BB blush, I really like the formulation of this. I just wish I got a shade deeper, because this is a little too light and peachy for my liking, but the finish is amazing. It's beautiful and dewy, but because it's so light, I don't think you can even see it on my face, and I feel like it is quite long wearing, but not the most long wearing blush. And the contour is really nice, but very cool tone. Just keep that in mind in case you are planning to try this one out. I don't want you to be like overwhelmed after using this on a full face of makeup. And then we have the eyeshadow palette, which is a definite winner in my opinion. I love this eyeshadow palette. I like how it's wearing. There's no fallout. The matte shades are pretty pigmented. The shimmer shades are really nice. And yeah, nice kind of like mix of little like cool tone grungy shades as well. Now the eyeliner is really nice and pigmented, and it's also very long lasting, but I feel like it's starting to burn my eyes. Like it's like kind of little bit like irritating on my eyes, and this is the case for me with most colored liners, most gel liners. I feel like the pigment doesn't like work out for my sensitive eyes. That's the reason I'm very picky with the kajals I use. The lip liner is really nice and pigmented, but I didn't really like the shade that I picked up. And the liquid lipstick set, I feel like so far so good. I like the formulation of this. I like the color selection that they have. They do have a couple of like reds and deep reds. Maybe I will swatch this later on, but I feel like I really like how it's wearing. It looks beautiful on the lips. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk to you guys about. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Let me know if you want me to try out any more products. Let me know in the comment section down below, and while you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.